me something. They did it!
Freak.
Oh, wait! Oh, no!
Holy crap. What?
Okay. Let's talk about it. I gotta be honest with you guys. The more I watched this teaser, the more I think about the concept of episode 9 in context to the footage that we've been shown, and it is very little footage. I am liking it less and less. I'm not liking the idea that this movie feels like an apology to the people who didn't like the movie that came before it. But let's just get into it. There are some positives, and there are really no negatives. There are just things that if they turn out to be, true, no thank you. Okay, so the first shot is the TIE fighter jump. Everyone's losing their minds. That's not real. Yeah, I don't think this is real at all. First of all, they make a point of not showing who's actually driving. That people want you to believe it's Kylo. It's probably not Kylo, or they would have just showed him. Second of all, if you want to kill someone and you have something that is able to shoot blasters, lasers, why are you trying to run them over? So that could be training. Third of all, she has Luke's lightsaber that we know was ripped in two, and it didn't look like it had any repairs done to it at all. It just looked as good as new. The reason that I'm saying that none of this is real, that this is a vision or a dream or just some training, they might have rebuilt the lightsaber, but I don't think the lightsaber is there. I think it's gone. The reason I'm saying all this is because of how Daisy Ridley worded how they brought the lightsaber back on the Episode 9 panel in Celebration. Take a look.
In pieces. Is she rebuilding that lightsaber, or are we in a start from scratch situation here?
Well, my answer is not the end of the story, because there are many more months to come and a film to come. But the lightsaber that Rey inherited from Luke lives.
You see, it's interesting that she says, I don't want to give any context, but the lightsaber lives. I'm thinking she's going to make her own, maybe get Luke's green one, and that is not a real sequence. Because again, if I have a bayonet on my gun and you're 10 feet away from me, I'm not going to run up to you and stab you. I'm going to shoot you. So why aren't you not just shooting Rey? Doesn't make any sense. We have some cool flashes here and there. We have some ship that looks like the ship that dropped Rey off in Episode 7. And then we have Kylo rebuilding the mask. Why? Why, JJ? You think you're clever, JJ? I mean, listen, I love JJ Abrams. I love Force Awakens. But it just seems like one of those unnecessary things. Let's just have him rebuild the mask. Just to jab it in the people who didn't like the fact that he destroyed it in 8. Like, did anyone have a problem with him destroying the mask? I don't really like the mask. I think he looks goofy without the hood up. When he has the hood down, he kind of looks like a wannabe Darth Vader, if I'm being completely honest with you. And now he has it back. It's kind of red now because of the welding mark, so that's a thing. I just don't understand why that is something that needed to be done, and especially shown in the teasers. Like, oh, he's got the mask again. Ooh, come on. We got that shot of Kylo, like, freaking slamming that guy WWE style to the ground. Maybe he's fighting the Knights of Ren. Maybe this is a montage sequence in the opening act of this movie where he's just taking people out. I don't know. It looked beautiful. JJ is a master storyteller when it comes to visuals, so I have no doubts that it's going to be a beautiful looking movie. No R2 in this trailer. Why is that? He's on the Mount Rushmore Star Wars characters. R2 better get some significant screen time. Yeah. We get to the Death Star. That looked cool. It's probably the Endor one because that's where the Emperor died. Well, at least we thought he did. Because then you hear this. I gotta tell you, I did lose my mind when I heard the laugh. But I didn't say, wow, this is amazing. I didn't say, oh my God, I can't wait. I said, they did it.
They did it!
Because this was rumored for a while that the Emperor was going to come back in some capacity in this trilogy. I never thought it was going to happen, so when I heard that laugh, it definitely struck a chord. If he returns as a Force ghost, cool. If he's a vision or a hologram or just a spiritual presence, totally awesome. If he is a physical body, no. Think about it. We've had 9 movies after we see this one to complete the saga. The Emperor dies in the 6th movie in the timeline. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he finally dies. We have 2 in between movies, 7 and 8, and then he comes back for 9, and then just dies again. That would be one of the dumbest story elements in Star Wars history. It doesn't make any sense for him to come back in 9 just to die, because you know if he comes back physically in 9, he will die again. If he survives, then there's not a happy ending. If he dies again, it just is like, well, okay, well, he was back for 20 minutes and then he died again. If they brought him back in 7 or even 8, then maybe you have something, but there was no plan for this trilogy. Kathleen Kennedy said, we always wanted to bring the Emperor back in some capacity. But guess what? I think it's too late if it's in physical form. Not only to mention that it undermines and undercuts the most significant arc in the Star Wars saga, the Skywalker saga. Anakin Skywalker solidified himself as the chosen one when he threw the Emperor down the well and died to save Luke. And if the Emperor comes back in this movie, that was all for nothing. And then, the title. I do like the title a lot. I actually love the title. But, if it's referring to Rey, listen, everyone wants to credit Rian Johnson for taking everything in 7 and throwing it away. But do you know who put Luke on that island in the first place and didn't have him in the entirety of the first movie? J.J. Abrams. Do you know who was the first one to imply that Rey's parents don't even matter? Not Rian Johnson. J.J. Abrams.
Dear child, I see your eyes. You already know the truth. Whomever you're waiting for on Jakku, they're never coming back. The belonging you seek is not behind you, it is ahead.
So if all of a sudden Luke, as a Force ghost, says, oh, from a certain point of view, because Obi-Wan said that in Return of the Jedi, you're actually my granddaughter. Well, then Episode 8 is one big, oh, just kidding. This doesn't even matter. You don't even need to watch it. But I have faith. I have faith that they're not going to just make her a Skywalker. There's definitely more to her backstory. I do believe her parents were filthy junk traders. I believe somebody dropped her off there to people that were not fit or equipped to watch a kid. So they just gave her away in Jakku, and then they took off. She's probably not a Skywalker. If she is, I will be really, really, really not happy. Kylo, it could be talking about the redemption of Kylo, although he is my favorite villain in the entire Star Wars saga. Yes, more than Darth Vader. He had more screen time in Force Awakens than Darth Vader did in Force Awakens, and in Empire Strikes Back, probably. He's my favorite character in Star Wars. However, if they redeem him, it's going to be all dependent on the execution. This could also be referring to Leia. They showed a shot of Carrie Fisher, a very emotional shot. It was probably a reshoot, another take of when she hugged Daisy Ridley in Force Awakens. Apparently she's in the movie quite a bit, so maybe it's maybe it is about Leia. It sucks that she passed. for obvious reasons, but also narrative-wise, you could obviously tell that 7 was Han's movie, 8 was Luke's movie, and 9 was supposed to be Leia's. She was probably going to save her son, but now that's probably out the window. But who knows? Maybe it's not. My favorite idea is that the Jedi are no more and that the new Force users will be called Skywalkers. Rise of Skywalker. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, again, I don't want this movie to be, it's not going to be Retcon City. It's not going to undo things that were done in The Last Jedi because they can't do that. But it might retool some things that a lot of people didn't like, even though I would say 70% of the people did like it. I don't know, we'll see. I trust JJ, I guess, but, you know, not that much. So, I don't know, we'll see. It was a good trailer. It just made me worry that Episode 9 is just going to be the movie to try to please everyone. And when movies try to please everyone, they end up being boring and not inspiring and not interesting. They just feel like they're pleasing people to please people. So we'll see. Hopefully there's some surprises. Hopefully there's some good execution. Hopefully Rey is not a Skywalker. I'm going to gouge my eyes out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is what I do. I talk about trailers. I react to some. Not all of them, because I don't really like doing those. But you guys seem to well like them, so I'm going to keep making them. I do some more reviews. Endgame is in 8 days. Oh my god. Just get me there, and then just drive me off a cliff. That's it. I just need to get to Endgame, and then you can take me. That got really dark. If you like what you see here, please be sure to subscribe, because it is free after all. No charge to you. That's it. Goodbye.